the Anzac Highway end.
Okay.
And Glenelg kicking to the primary school end.
Okay. It doesn't really matter these days who starts on the bench, I suppose, because, with the quick interchanges these days, naming the interchanges, just who's going to have the first 5 minutes there, and they'll be straight into the game. I notice Gill and Karga are there on the bench for Glenelg, but they'll be into the game fairly soon. You'd have to say perfect conditions, John. And the umpire holds the ball up, and let's hope it's an exciting encounter and not as one-sided as we said earlier in the year. And we will. I'll toss it over to you, John, and you can get us off to the start.
Okay, so it'll be McGinty in ruck for Glenelg against Port Adelaide, and that's against Harvey, the ruckman for Port. Harvey jumps early, gets the tap down nicely, taken away by Port Adelaide, tackled though, gets a handball over the top. Harvey with a handball out, handball, another string of handballs. This is looking good for Port Adelaide into attack. No mark taken there up forward by Butcher, and the ball is out of bounds straight away, straight into attack. First foray into attack.
And what an enigma John Butcher is, John. They called him the future when he was recruited at Port Adelaide. He had so much potential, and here he is playing most of his career at this level. Can take a strong mark, but his kicking seems to let him down over the years.
McGinty gets the tap down this time to a running player. A lot of players around the ball. There appeared to be a push in the back. Handball coming through for Glenelg. Was it Stretch getting the kick over to Neil Bullen? Neil Bullen takes the mark there for Glenelg.
The two kids we've been talking about.
Yep. Real quality player, Neil Bullen. Not a good kick. Good interception there by Port Adelaide's Sam Gray, and the ball will be out of bounds. Port Adelaide's attacking half forward line, grandstand side.
Okay, McGinty in front position to the ruckman in Harvey, and as we said, Bruggeman was leading the ruck, but Harvey's in the side today. Great tackle there by the Bays on young Burn-Jones, Darcy Burn-Jones, and holds the ball up. The umpire's going to come in. Hopefully it's a free-flowing game today. Conditions are good. Not wind, not rain. And two sides, what have they got to lose but taking footy? McGinty gets his hand on that one. Burrows in, the young fella in, can't see, he's wrapped up by Summerton. That's Pitt. And umpire quickly rebounces. Third man up. Port Adelaide now through Summerton on the boundary line. An underground handball onto Aaron Young. Looking good, Port Adelaide. Could have been a free there, but Neil Bullen now kicks the ball down into the Clint Alloway direction, takes a strong overhead mark. They've got an open forward line as, look, this could be a great opportunity. Didn't play on. There was no forward line down there in Joseph, but he's found Lonigan and the half forward line.
And that was a kick by Ty Allen, Jim. Out in the
Ty
open.
Allen.
Yeah,
yep.
Lonigan marked it, but the good vision by Ty Allen.
Right, I couldn't quite pick him up out
ball
there.
Ball now coming to ground. And
that's Lonigan.
Yeah, that's Lonigan for Glenelg. Gets the handball across, long kick forward there by Stretch into the goal. Looking for Alloway. And I think Alloway's going to get a free for hanging on off the ball. And Clint Alloway will take a free kick in the goal square on the goal kick line, 10 metres out, straight in front. This will be the first score of the game, and we expect a goal to Glenelg.
Well, I was here 2 weeks ago when we'll wait for Alloway to have his kick. This is elementary for Clint. Straight through the middle, straight into the primary school.
Yep.
As another AFL side came to Glenelg in the Crows, and they had a pretty strong side as well. And Glenelg got off to a slow start, and they fought their way back and hit the front in the last quarter. This time they're off to the better start. So there's we could have the boil over of the year here today.
What I liked about that play was Alloway took the mark here between wing and half back and ran straight forward to full forward. Allen was the loose man. I heard the call from Allen on the far wing. I could hear it from here, the call. And the kick found him, and Ty Allen made full use of it. Back in the centre now. No clear tap. Glenelg player McGinty puts a strong tackle on Port Adelaide's Newton. Umpire throws it up straight away. Again, no clear possession for Port Adelaide. That's Henry Slattery, the former Essendon and former West Adelaide player, Henry Slattery. Yep. That's a long time ago.
That's right.
Tap down that time. Harvey, a very good one to the running Summerton. Summerton with a long kick forward, looking for a mark. No mark by Butcher. Ball comes down to Port Adelaide. Tackled strongly. Good defence, Glenelg. Right over the ball there. Player can't clear. That was Paul Stewart that was tackled strongly by the Glenelg defender then. Umpire says, I'll come in and throw it up. Already we're seeing every player in Port Adelaide's half of the ground. No breakaway from that.
They were Glenelg now taking it out to that outer side. Port Adelaide in front though. Ty Allen's in the mix. They've got an open forward line. I think get it down there. This time it's 3 handballs through. Snooks through under it. Summerton tackles, but through Stretch, through to Agnew, back to Pitt, back to Agnew in the double play. This is a good play by Glenelg as they're going into that forward line now. But it's Port Adelaide are going to repel and bring it out to that outer side again. And it's really open game at the moment where sides are throwing the ball around without much pressure at the moment. Glenelg players back there this time, and McCarthy takes the mark, kicks it across to Hender at centre half back, and he goes into the centre, but there's players free now. This time it's definitely Agnew now, and he's found Josh Scott on the half forward line.
So it's Scott to take the kick. Too far out to score. Played a good game last week, Scott. Over to Neil Bullen, the ball magnet. Kicks it forward. Might have looked for Ty Allen, but he's found Clint Alloway again.
Wow.
And Alloway will kick for goal. This time he's further out. But
no announcement from Clint Alloway, so obviously he would announce if he was retiring. So I'd say he's going around next year.
That's right. So Alloway will kick from 30 metres, slide angle. So lining up. Always been a good kick for goal, Clint Alloway. Has kicked 232 SANFL goals. So
well, he's lining up for his second for the day. It's a
bit of a helicopter kick, and it's just dragged left, and you can hear the groan in the crowd, and that's a behind.
With that one goal he got earlier, he's now 5 behind Hooper, who's the leading goal kicker with 29 for the season. So could he kick a bag of 6 today and be their leading goal kicker?
Right.
Bit of interest in the game.
Port clear from defence. Harvey up, takes the mark. Nice juggle mark. Handball straight away onto the running Mitchell it is. Mitchell with a kick forward. Back to Mitchell for the 1-2. Mitchell streaming forward, but the kick's astray.
Disposal.
Intercepted by Glenelg. Yeah, it wasn't a good kick. Over there is McGinty taking the hand. Running through strongly there was McCarthy. Good play. Looking for Scott. Scott running towards it, running to the boundary line. Needs to take possession of this. Good defence there by Port Adelaide in Cleary. Sees the ball out of bounds. Glenelg's half forward pocket.
And Scott did show a bit of fire last week in the game at Elizabeth. Of course, he's a product of the Gippsland Power area, and he was coached by Nick Stevens down there. So that's why he's probably playing at Glenelg with him, and won the Morris medal for the top goal kicker in that competition. So he can kick goals. Okay,
Port with the clearance here. Small kick, but that'll be out on the full. And the kick will be taken there by McIntyre. McIntyre for Glenelg, centre wing. Not a lot on option. Goes for a long kick forward, looking for Alloway out. Alloway outnumbered. Mark taken in front by Harvey. That'll be paid. Again, a juggling mark. Harvey started well.
He has. He's been right in the play. So we haven't seen Bruggeman at all. He's obviously he's not on the bench. Is he not out there?
Ex-Glenelg player Tommy Logan then kicked the ball forward, looking for Stewart. Stewart gets the handball across. Glenelg cleaning up again. That Neil Bullen.
Classy.
And look at the disposal too. Finds his teammate out there in Hayden Jolly. Jolly goes in, turns inboard. Nothing to kick to, so he chooses a handball back to Stretch. It was Stretch with a short kick, centre wing. Mark taken by Glenelg. Kick to half forward. Too far for Alloway, and the mark taken there by
Bruggeman. Yeah, he's obviously playing in defence.
Yeah, playing on Alloway. Okay.
That's Newton. Good matchup too. They're big bodies.
Newton with the luminous boots kicks over to Summerton, his captain. Summerton at pure centre half back for Port Adelaide. Port haven't started particularly convincingly here. Summerton's looking to get something going. Goes down the centre of the ground, looking for a player. Ball breaking three.
That's-
Ends up back there with Proud.
Here's a
Proud
chance,
with a kick
here's a
to
chance.
Free player forward. And this will be
tight.
another shot on goal by Glenelg. Just can't quite pick up the player at the moment. He'll be kicking from about 30 metres.
We can't pick that up over there. It's we'll certainly let you know in a minute.
So Glenelg 1-1, Port yet to score. We're about 8 minutes in, and it's not a great kick.
Didn't
And
make the
that's
distance.
saved on the line. It didn't make the distance, and that's
That was-
Bruggeman's.
That was Max
cleared
Proud,
that.
was it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, not used to him in the forward line, John.
Yep.
That's probably what it is. As
Nice
he's
kick
not really a
forward this
defender.
time, and that'll be another point to Glenelg from the boot of McIntyre.
Okay. Kane Mitchell, dashing players, played a fair bit of AFL this year. Unlucky to be playing in this competition. Kicks it now down to the wing area. Slattery in front. Great
well
tackle
tackled.
by McGinty, and he goes on with it a bit with Summerton, with Slattery. McGinty, who cleaned up Jackson Potter last week at Elizabeth Oval in probably the bump of the year.
And a perfectly fair one at that.
Yeah, he's a big man as he gets the front position against Slattery again, getting a lot of the ball. Snook, who had a lot of 36 touches last week, kick smothered, and once again Bradley gets a chance to kick it forward, but the Port Adelaide defence are in front, and that's Archie, I think, and the umpire's going to throw it in.
Tommy Logan.
Tommy Logan with a
Tommy
beard.
Logan,
There's a
yep,
couple
yep,
there.
Yep. So the
Right.
throw in, Glenelg's half forward line, grandstand side. Harvey didn't get to it. Alloway didn't either. Snook's got the ball. Goes for the left foot there. Player can't take possession. Turns inboard, gets a short kick off. This will be a Glenelg mark forward. No, it's not. It's called play on. Well spoiled. Kick over the shoulder there by
There he is. Wow.
Karga. And the mark taken
That
there
was
by...
Karga earlier, I
Yeah,
think.
there's
We
Karga,
missed.
that's
yeah,
right.
13.
So this time Clint Alloway will have his third shot at goal in the first quarter, inside 10 minutes in the first quarter, with Glenelg leading 1-2 to Port yet to score. So Karga finding Alloway with that kick. Alloway this time will kick from, 20 metres?
Well, he's looking very, very threatening today as he puts this one.
Oh.
Umpire's covered a lot of territory. He doesn't want that top goal kicking because he's had a chance to kick 3 goals. There were 3 sitters. He got one of them, the first. But he's certainly finding the ball, though, John. That's the main thing.
Is there more wind out there than we're...
No, they were just bad kicks.
Yeah, I think
There's
that's right.
no wind, really. Bad skills. As Port Adelaide, a long 70-metre kick. It's gone almost coast to coast, that kick, as it's held up in that half-back line inside, just near the centre square from the kick in, and umpire will throw it up. So the scores are 1-3, Glenelg. Port Adelaide yet to score, unexpected at this stage of the game, but it's Glenelg playing all the better footy as another pack develops. Glenelg once again, or Port Adelaide this time, through the back, sells some candy. One bounce, luxury of a bounce. A poor kick, but it found his man.
Eamon, that was.
Eamon, that's right. And they're blairising a little bit, Port Adelaide, giving the Glenelg players a chance to take them on. And they've brought the ball right down to the centre square through Cleary. And here's Butcher, lovely little kick, but just didn't find his target and went straight over the head of Mason Shaw, the other key forward. Glenelg now got a chance to mop this up, and we'll probably have a throw up there right on the 50-metre outer side. We've played about 12 minutes or so, and Port yet to score. Very surprising.
Neil Bullen gets a handball away. High kick there from Lonergan. No mark taken. Ball come to ground. Port Adelaide now with the ball. Centering it. Long kick forward to the forward pocket. Oh,
Good
strong mark in front by Butcher, and it's paid.
Don't write this one in your budget yet, John.
We saw a disposal 1 minute, 30 seconds earlier that didn't hit the mark, and the perennial problem of John Butcher is the disposal. Nothing wrong with the way he tacks the ball and finds the ball and gets the ball, but let's just see what the resulting kick is here. In he comes.
That's predictable.
Dragged it left, and he's just missed.
At Prospect, North Adelaide are 1 goal 2, Central Districts 2 goal 1. So Centrals are out of the box first at that game.
Relieving kick coming in for Glenelg. So it's 1-3 Glenelg, 1 behind Port Adelaide. Short kick there by Pitt, finding Lonergan. Lonergan on half back. Going down that outer side towards the wing. Looking for Allen, didn't quite make it. Over the back there was Stretch, but the ball is out of bounds. Throw in. Just near centre wing, outer side. Glenelg starting well. Harvey and ruck up against McGinty. Nullified. Handball coming out by Glenelg. String of handballs. Good play, but no one up forward. Port will clean up this. Got numbers back. Stevenson it was. Stevenson with a kick to centre wing. Not taken there. Now it is by Stewart. Stewart running forward. Looking for Butcher.
There is again.
Mark taken there
No,
up
this
forward.
is Mason Shaw this time.
Mason Shaw, yep.
Yep.
Big fella at centre half forward from South Fremantle. So Shaw it is. Will kick from about 50 metres, Jim.
Eagles are 2 goals to the West 1-3. So interesting game there too, where at this stage too early to predict which way those results are going to go. As Mason Shaw, it's a long way out, but he's a lot better kick than Butcher normally.
Oh.
As that one goes right over the point posts and registered Port Adelaide's second point.
Jim, I think that wind has advantage to the northern end. They're really getting some distance off the boat.
They certainly are.
Kicking to the northern end. Glenelg bringing the ball in. And again, we're seeing the kick fall short of expectations. Nicely trapped there by Glenelg's Jolly. Jolly with a kick, nice kick out to wing. Alloway again. It's not Alloway. Yes, it is Alloway. Takes
Surprised
another
to
mark.
see him as far down, aren't you?
Oh, good mark there by Karga, who's been very busy in this first quarter. Karga, short kick, and McGinty. We don't see McGinty have set shots for goal. He might have a go this time. He'll kick from... No. He's gone short. Oh, he's seen Ty Allen in the pocket. Didn't quite hit the mark, but it wasn't far away. So that'll be a point. Taking Glenelg to 1-4. Port 2 behinds. 8-point margin. Short kick in comes, taken there by Gray.
Is that Gray?
No, it's not.
No.
Now it's taken by Logan. Logan. Neil Bullen couldn't take the mark over the back. Ball coming down. That was a handball by Slattery and a good one too, but Port converged on by Glenelg. The umpire said that's a free kick. It was a high tackle. So,
that's Aaron Young there in the orange boots, John.
Oh, right. Yep.
Did actually play up in Gold Coast for the Power last week. As called in as late comer. This is the Irishman Flynn. Ran into trouble, but got his kick away to 2-1 with Mason Shaw. Bradley in there gets the ball out, but Port Adelaide are trying something here as Eamon kicks the ball into a very dangerous position for Butcher, but the Glenelg defence are able to keep it away. Butcher sputters up though, and here's a chance now. Great tackle there in defence by Glenelg, and have stopped that great opportunity, because we've gone more than halfway through this quarter, and Port are still yet to register a goal, which is very unexpected. Yeah,
that was Hitchcock that took the ball previously, and he was hit with a ferocious tackle by the Glenelg defender then, and the Glenelg defence is really playing well at the moment. Ball up now. Coming down, clearance there, centering the ball. This is dangerous for Glenelg, and that's a nice mark taken there again. Is that Mason Shaw?
If it is, it does look like him. He's certainly presenting himself well.
Yep, that's Mason Shaw. Will kick this time from 20 metres, quite a bit closer than his last kick. His last kick really went well off the boot, but just missed to the right. So this one, we reckon he should put this through from about 20 metres. Shaw comes in. Nice off the boot. Straight through.
First. And it's early days at Nollunga, but Sturt 2-1 to South 1-1.
So Port's first goal takes them to 1-8, trailing Glenelg 1-4-10. We've played about 18 minutes in the first
18
quarter.
minutes and 49 seconds to be exact.
So ball back in the centre now.
Glenelg is the leading disposal getter for Glenelg at the moment. Not surprising. 6 disposals, but 4 strong marks, John.
Yep. Umpire Michael Schramm bounces the ball. A good bounce to McGinty. Not McGinty that time. Ball coming out by Port Adelaide clearance here. No mark taken there. Up forward by Amon it was, but ball breaking free. This is Somerton, who as always around the ball. Gets a handball over the top there to Stewart. It was Stewart ducks around, gets a handball across, looking for Logan.
Again.
Logan back to Stewart. Stewart, this is good football by Port. They just need to centre the ball here. Back to Logan, turns on that left foot, looks at centre half forward for Butcher. Butcher now gets the ball. Ball breaks clear. Sure it was. Can't take possession. Umpire says, I'll have it. Come in and throw the ball up. Bit of feeling in this game early on too. A little bit of pushing and shoving off the ball. Umpire says, I'll come in and throw it up pretty quickly.
Umpire throws it up. It's taken out of ruck by Young, but he's obviously not used to that because he sprayed it way out of bounds. It actually should have been a goal where he was, but perhaps got it onto the boot too quickly. And Glenelg have that resulting free kick in the back pocket. A few leads on, but he's going to go down the line here. It's Bruggeman in the spot, but Max Proud takes it overhead, uncontested almost in the end with that big pack. Once again, down to Elaway. He's getting manhandled, but there's enough Port Adelaide defenders now to stop that attack. But I think the umpire's got to give that holding the ball. Certainly was, as Lewis Stevenson, the ex-West Coast Eagle, held holding the ball there, and Elaway probably best on ground at the moment.
Just a pity he hasn't capitalised on his opportunities a bit more.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Nonetheless, he's winning the ball well.
And he's winning it down the ground a bit too, which is great for the big fella. Look at him. And he's
good tackle on Slattery there by Glenelg's Carger it was. Oh, nice turn there as well. This time for it's Stevenson getting the ball forward. Oh, one-on-one, no mark taken there. McGinty crosses the ground, dangerous kick, but finds its man in McCarthy. McCarthy the other side of the ground. Looks for and finds Stretch. Going down that wing, kicking to might have been out on the full. That's to Jolly, but the ball was out on the full. Not a good kick by Stretch on that occasion.
It's gone to Port Adelaide.
Yeah. So
of course, Stretch has aspirations of being recruited in the father and son role with his dad playing at Melbourne, and has spent a bit of time over at that club. So be very interesting what happens after today with him as McGinty. Big McCarthy takes the mark in defence. Pretty solid defence at the moment, Glenelg. There's a lot of inside 50s at Port Adelaide. They seem to be repelling, and they certainly hold the edge at the moment. Had more opportunities. McIntyre takes an easy one, uncontested mark on centre wing. He's going to centre it. Here he is, Elaway. There's a big collision coming up here. And players went everywhere when his body was there. But Port Adelaide are good enough to get out of it. And that's Summerton, but a great smother of Summerton's kick there by Glenelg. And here's a chance to rebound. Playing well at the moment. Perhaps tripped there, but they're going to get away with it. Joshua Scott is handballed out. And Lonergan takes the ball when no one else really looked like getting it in that forward pocket under the light tower and near the scoreboard, which reads Glenelg 1-4-10, Port Adelaide 1-2-8. Fairly low scoring for the conditions, but it's been pretty entertaining, John.
Yeah, Jim. Throw up there, free kick off the ball. And no, it's not. It's a blood rule situation. So player coming off. Jim, you called that clash. You saw it coming and you called it.
Yeah.
And 3 players went down, and Alloway and 2 Port players collided heavily. And I'm surprised.
And Alloway's coming off, so he's even hurt himself.
He has. He
didn't show any fear. He just took that
absolutely
front on,
crunched him, and he just it's a blood rule there. So this time the umpire throws the ball up. Oh, screaming through there was the Glenelg player, and I think that's Jolly, and he'll get a free kick. No, it's Ty Allen. It's Ty Allen, and typical fashion.
Let's
just
hope he can kick a
dived
goal
on that footy and went charging like a raging bull through that pack. And for his efforts, he was grabbed around the neck, and he'll take a free kick in that pocket, scoreboard pocket at Glenelg Oval. And it'd be really good if he could put a goal on the board from this kick.
Comes in now. Bit of a skip. Sitting up into the square. Port Adelaide player jumped very high, but it's going to be off hands for yet another point. That's their 5th. Perhaps a few wasted opportunities for Glenelg when they've got the top side down today, but not putting them away at 1-5 to 1-2. Leading possession getter for Port Adelaide is Ben Newton with 9 possessions, and Glenn Ellaway, as I said, he's gone up to 7 for Glenelg. Unexpected. This time it's come out in front of us. McGinty's in front. And the siren goes. Fairly short quarter. Only 2 goals in it. And Glenelg lead 1-5-11. Port Adelaide a 1-2-8. Over to you, John.
Yeah, look, it's an interesting quarter. I think Glenelg bottled the play up quite a...
The finals... they'll have a bye next week, so maybe they're a bit rusty, so they won't be able to play next week and go straight into the next final. Probably they need to have a good hit out, so not happening yet.
So Alloway with the goal for Glenelg, and for Port Adelaide it's Mason Shaw with the goal.
Umpire holds it up. This time it's Glenelg going to the Anzac Highway end of the ground. That's Lockie Earl kicks the ball forward, and Port Adelaide are able to intercept. McGinty gets in the way and knocks the Port Adelaide player over, but they are able to get it outside that 50 square. Aaron Young takes a chest mark, weaves around, shakes off the tackler, and kicks it through almost into the goals, but wasn't to be, as Paul Stewart didn't quite grab that ball off hands, and as the case has been most of the day, another rush behind.
Nice defence there by Tapin, rushing the ball through from a pretty dangerous situation. Quick kick out, mark taken there by Bailey. Bailey had a fairly quiet first quarter. Kicks the ball down that centre wing, looking for his teammate there in Jolly. Jolly takes the mark, plays on immediately. Ball coming across.
Bradley's on his own.
Bradley's on his own, takes the mark, kicks it forward, looking for the leading Alloway. Alloway takes the mark, 25 metres out, straight in front. He's got the tail breeze this time, not kicking into it, and the Bay supporters are pretty happy at the moment, and they
This really is the Alloway we remember in his heyday at North Adelaide. Marks everything goes near him.
He's a focal point, isn't he, when he's on song?
Lines him up. Can't miss this one. Can't afford to. Look funny off the boot, but it's straight off the umpire's head. And that's 2-2 to Big Glenn Ellaway. And he is the difference today, for sure. Best on ground by a mile with his marking. And he's now, it could have been 4 goals. Can't keep harping on that, but let's hope it doesn't rue them in the end.
Yeah, Stevenson was listed on him to begin with. I'm not sure who they've got on him at the moment. He's standing alone at the moment, but
why would you have anyone on him?
So no, they've got this.
Curley's on him.
Clury's on him now. So Stevenson was listed to begin with. Ball back in the centre. Good bounce by the umpire. Harvey up early, but McGinty got the tap down. Oh, Glenelg with McGinty handball across. Oh, he waited for him, waited for the man, and that was a good play. Nice left foot kick forward. Look, very away again. Can't complete the mark. Ball coming to ground. Ty Allen, blind turn, gets it on the right foot, kicks it to the square. Scott can't take the mark. And the ball hits the behind post. That's out of bounds. So very good play again by Glenelg. Quite direct.
Well, he's on fire today, Glenn Ellaway. Nearly just slips catch there. Nearly held onto it. And that would have given his confidence a real boost to have taken that straight after an impressive mark and goal only a minute before. But he's in ruck this time. Kicks the ball out of ruck. And he's kicked his third behind. Is he sharing the ball with anyone else, John? I think it's his day today.
He's got 2-3 out of 2-6, the team score. So, yeah. Ball coming in. No mark taken there by Stretch. Handball from Port Adelaide. Oh, finds Mitchell. Mitchell ducks, weaves, turns, handballs. Tom Logan gets a handball out. This time, Glenelg, Port Adelaide clear the ball there through Harvey. It was mark taken there. at centre wing. It's out of bounds centre wing. So it'll be a throw in right on the wing outer side, which sees Glenelg 2-5.
2-6.
2-6, leading Port 1-3. Double their score.
Pye throws it in. McGinty, the workman in ruck all the time. It just about rucks tirelessly week after week for Glenelg and does a great job. Underrated player. As a series of handballs now, Glenelg into the centre of the ground. It's one Tiger to Port Adelaide. Paul Stewart handballs off. Here's his chance as the Eamon is a sweeping player, but he runs into trouble, but gets through it beautifully. Tiptoes his way through, and Mason Shaw has a snap, and he's kicked his second goal. Delightful kick there by Mason Shaw. Slipped over, but able to pick the ball up and knew where the goals were, and he's probably the shining light at the other end where Alloway is at Glenelg.
Yeah, so the two focal points of attacks are the goal scorers. Alloway with 2 at one end and Mason Shaw at the other end, both with 2 goals. And that was a good bit of groundwork by him for a big guy. He's listed as 197 centimetres, so showed a lot of skill on the ground.
And one of 3 South Fremantle players that Port Adelaide have drafted that are in this game today, which is quite an incredible recruiting area for Port Adelaide.
This time it's Harvey with the tap down, taken away there by Newton. Newton's got a lot of possessions early. Kick, ball. No one from Port able to take that though. Ball breaks free. Glenelg clearing through Proud. Proud looking there to McCarthy on the wing. McCarthy plays on straight away. Good handball. Ball coming forward now, looking for the running Lonergan. Lonergan can't get that in before the boundary line beats him to it. So it'll be half forward flank, grandstand side for Glenelg. Good attacking move though. It'll be Harvey up in ruck again against McGinty. Been a good clash so far. Pushing and shoving. McGinty just grabs it out of the air and handballs to the running Joseph. Joseph ducks and weaves, turns around, goes for goal, kicks it long. It's made the square, but just
another
runs
point
through for a behind, taking Glenelg to 2-7.
Now,
leading Port 2-3.
McGinty didn't play footy till about 2008. He was a state junior basketballer, so it's great to see his development. We've watched him this year, and he could actually play AFL footy if he keeps developing the way he is.
He's been a huge improver this year and shows a lot of courage around the ball too. Free kick there to Port Adelaide for a knock from Lonergan, and Port will take the relieving free kick. Centering the ball, dangerous kick, but Mitchell takes the mark. Centre half back. Always running, busy, looking for options, Kane Mitchell.
He looks exciting, doesn't he, with that long flowing black hair
and
running the ball like he does. Here he goes now, under the arm. Stab little kick. It's nearly found Aaron Young. I thought it went out of bounds. Ty Allen's not going out without a bang. He's getting any attention he gets, he's given twice as much back. As still on with him and young Sam Russell, who he won't like what. I wouldn't pick on Ty Allen if I was Russell, but anyway, it's in close traffic here as Aaron Joseph's on the end of receiving here. Instead of going for goal, he's straightened it up to Josh Scott. A very unselfish play there by Joseph.
Do you think he might have... He was running into an open goal just a minute ago and missed. Do you think he just had second thoughts about that and unselfishly looked for a player in better position? But certainly Scott...
well, he's picked as a goal kicker. As I said, he's won the medal for the Morris medal for the best goal kicker in the underage in the VFL in Victoria. So he's come out with great credentials for kicking goals, and he hasn't failed there. Straight into the Port cheer squad. Not sure we'll get that ball back. Yes, we will.
So is the onus now on Sturt, Jim?
For what? For Sturt to kick the 20-goal win?
Yes.
Yeah, we better keep up with that.
So
bit early to call.
It is a bit early, but nonetheless, the Glenelg side are really putting up on a good display today.
It was certainly a big celebration for Ty Allen tonight. And don't forget, when a player that gives the club good service like that announces his last game, everybody lifts 5 or 10% for him, and it's showing. They certainly want the game more than Port Adelaide at the moment.
This time it's Gill for Glenelg. The ball comes down, relief by Port Adelaide though. Archie gets the ball forward, nice kick out in the open there, looking for Butcher. Butcher can't complete it. Ball coming ground. Butcher, it is back on the ball. Gets a handball across. Port Adelaide this time through. Couldn't make out that play, but Glenelg clearing again. They've got this grandstand side. Earl's been
Pretty good. Oh,
been loose on that. Ty Allen over the ball. Couldn't quite mark the kick from Earl. Umpire says I'll come in and throw the ball up. But Glenelg are clearing nicely down this grandstand side each time Port Adelaide go into attack. Harvey in front, gets the ball down. Straight to Glenelg though. Out to Snook. Snook with a handball. Doesn't find Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen over the ball though, as he always is.
Ducks.
Had to bend down over the ball. Gets a handball out to Snook. Snook again with a handball out. Finding Carger. Allen can't complete the mark. Port Adelaide with a relieving handball over to Summerton. Summerton turns on that left foot. Goes to centre half forward looking for his play.
Good hands.
Grab by Butcher that time.
Yeah.
Good grab.
Hands out in front. Put the big jukes out, which he's renowned for.
Yeah.
Very sticky fingers, hasn't he?
Doesn't want to kick it though. He's looking to dish it off here.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, he needs to start kicking goals because
Yeah.
I think the AFL side will lose patience with him if he can't sort of step up and kick some goals. He certainly wayward kick again, not even a point.
And he ran into, look, we don't want to be too critical, but he ran in too close to the man on the mark. He never settled before he kicked. He was looking to hand the ball off to someone. So
he is an enigma, though, isn't he? His ability to get the ball and dispose of it is such a gap.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how much time they spend on him training to improve, but we don't see any improvement.
Yeah.
And, great chance today to sort of put a few on the board. Alloway's got a couple down the other end. Umpire's going to throw this one in right on centre wing. We're 3-7 to 2-3. We've got a real contest in our hand, but this time it's Summerton again. There's a lovely stab kick in, but there's two Glenelg players on shore there. There's Neil Bullen, swings around. He's looking good. And there's his mate, Billy Stretch. Love watching these two kids play. We will see them in AFL jumpers, mark my words, as Port Adelaide now bring the way out through Aaron Young. Handballs that really no one, but Port Adelaide will get it. Yeah, Glenelg have come to play today, John.
Yeah, holding the ball. And true reward for what a great tackle that was by the Glenelg defender there, and I reckon that's McGinty.
Those two kids.
It's Gill. Ethan Gill, who's having a stint on the ball at the moment.
We haven't seen him play before, but he's pretty easy to pick out with that thick beard.
Yep. Long left foot kick right down to between centre wing and half.
Oh!
Screamer of a mark taken there by Logan. Yeah. We're used to seeing them from him, and this is Mitchell with the ball streaming down that wing. Long handball across. Port looking to go into attack here. Centering the ball. Kicking from 50 right to the square. This is danger for Glenelg. They've got to rush this
there's
through.
Those hands.
Again, it's Butcher, and he can't possibly miss from here.
He could.
He can't possibly miss this one. Yeah. He'll kick from 4 metres out, straight in front.
John?
He's just got to get over the man on the mark.
We'll have to put a coffee at half time on this.
Right. So Butcher it is.
I say he'll miss.
What do you say? I'll pick it. I've already inked it in for a goal. There it is.
There you go.
And it's through to the primary school.
If it missed that, I was only being facetious. I have seen him in the past miss from about there. That might give his confidence a go. He doesn't need confidence in his marking. He's certainly a great mark. Maybe he needs to stay in the goal square like that, John.
Yeah, look, I think we're being a little bit flippant, but certainly John Butcher wins the ball beautifully. And as we've said, if he could just convert a bit better, he would be playing AFL football.
For sure. And he has played a lot. They've tried him and he's played exactly like he has today. He's taken the marks and missed the goals. But
certainly Port are looking good here now. I think they're starting to win possession of the footy and use it a bit better. Gill for Glenelg got the tap down there. Flew well. Over the ball. Gets the ball out to Snook, the running Snook. Kicks it to centre half forward. Nice kick to, good relieving mark again by Logan. Playing that loose man in defence, Logan. Gets it across to Summerton. This is where their attacks are starting from. We saw this with Central Districts last week with Jenner. Logan's playing a very similar game, that loose man.
Summerton's really coming into it. He's up to 8 possessions now.
And this time they're chipping it round. This time it's Sam Gray. Plays on. Goes on the left foot. Long kick forward into centre half forward. Looking for and finding. Young it is. Yep.
Oh, here he is.
Boots, Young kicking forward and finding Butcher. Now Butcher's the danger man. And he's got renewed confidence after the last kick went through to the primary school. So Butcher will kick from
that's 20 an eagle there.
20 metres out.
He should kick it. If it'd be great for him to get his confidence and put 2 in a row.
Yep.
Because he's doing exactly what Alloway's doing at the other end, marking everything near him.
Yeah, Max Proud's on the mark. Butcher kicks it. No, he's missed that.
Just a point. Just a point. That's more like it.
Now, Nick Stevens has got to do something here. I think Max Proud's really finding it one-on-one, difficult one-on-one with Butcher.
Oh, it's a lovely kick. Goes right into the centre of the ground. Port Adelaide, they have a big thump on. It's almost like volleyball out there as players verge on the ball. Once again, it's a high tackle, but Young's coming into the game as well. And Bruggeman there, handball back. Summerton flicks it back to Port Adelaide player in the big fella in Harvey. Kicks a point, and now they're the ones being inaccurate as it's 3-7 to 3-5. North Adelaide have hit the front at Prospect, 4-3 to 4-2.
Alloway can't take the mark, but punches the ball to the ground. Does well there just to hold the ball in against some smaller, speedier opponents. So nullified that. Umpire says, I'll throw it up. Does it very quickly. McGinty with the tap down. Oh, hooks the ball in with his claw. Gets tackled. He's going to be in a bit of trouble here. Yep. Because he hooked that ball in with one hand, he was really left with no other option but to dispose of it legally, and he couldn't. The really good tackle there by Bruggeman, who's been a good player for them this year. Bruggeman with the kick in the pocket, looking for his teammate there. No completed mark. Oh, handball coming in board, but the umpire says that's out of bounds. So Aaron Young couldn't get that disposal off in time.
And speaking of North and Centrals, it's not looking good for either of them because the Eagles are now 8-1 to Westies 2-3.
Okay. Throw in. McGinty in front. Gets the tap down. Mopping up for Glenelg and a handball coming across there. It's Pitt. Pitt with a handball inboard. Neil Bullen. Over to Earl. Making a bit of a mess of this, Glenelg. Just overusing the ball a little bit, and the disposal's not hitting the mark, not hitting the body. So a lot of pressure from Port Adelaide there.
14 minutes in second quarter. Sturt's 2-5, South 2-1. So that's the close game they're expecting. Not a 20-goal win to Sturt, which Glenelg would do their bit and put Port out of top spot. But this is an interesting contest at the moment here at Glider Old Stadium. Aaron Young's having a great second quarter.
Yep.
He was playing AFL footy in the Gold Coast this time last week as Port Adelaide now go in through Lewis Stevenson. Here's a chance. Here's a great chance by their former Glenelg player Cam Hitchcock. And he's kicked many goals from that position in his career, but not wearing the black and white jumper like he is today.
Yeah, but you called it, Jim, that Aaron Young is really the one that's lifted Port
Coming
Adelaide.
off with a bit of a limp at the moment.
He's hobbling off too, and that might be an ankle.
Yep.
But certainly I don't know what his stats are, but this second quarter, he's had a lot of the football. So it's back in the centre, and Port for the first time hit the front. 4-5, leading Glenelg 3-7. That's a 4-point margin, and we thought the northern end was the scoring end. Certainly Port is showing that there's no demons at all kicking into that southern end.
Aaron Young's had 11 disposals, 3 inside 50s though. That's where he's been doing his damage. As this time it's Glenelg again. Need to get that one back because it's Port Adelaide. This time the goal kicker in Hitchcock kicks it on to Henry Slattery. Looking young out there as he's a bit of a veteran.
Oh, Butcher again.
Butcher, I think that's about his 4th or 5th mark for the quarter. He's had a fantastic quarter.
He played on, and I thought it was a good move because it straightened him up, but the umpires called him back to take his kick. He's done a Stevie J kick, or shall I call it a J-pod kick?
No,
because it's a J-pod result. It's a point.
No, I would call it a... he's got his John Butcher kick, JB kick.
Yeah.
By the way, he's taken 6 marks with his 6 kicks, so he's been a real focal point.
Lonergan with a long kick to the full forward line, looking for Alloway on the lead. Can't take the mark, just out in front of him. Ball runs out of bounds just in front of the practice cricket pitches at Glenelg Oval, northern end, forward pocket. Glenelg scoring.
It's a traditional game of footy. You got 2 full forwards marking everything that's going near them, both ends, and very entertaining. Both been inaccurate though. Ball getting thrown in on that forward pocket for Glenelg. Port have just grabbed the lead for the first time today. 4-6. Bronigan sort of got a push out there, and the umpire saw it. And no.
It's against Port Adelaide there. Now,
Well, I saw Bronigan going.
Yeah, Alloway will take it. I got a feeling it's shepherding or something off the ball there, because I think Alloway was trying to make a move to compete for that and got held back. So Alloway will take the kick for goal. John Butcher comes off the ground just in front of us and has a rest. So Alloway will be going for his third goal, kicking from about 40 metres, 35 metres.
Straight through.
Alloway, 3 goals, 3 he's kicked. So, and it's Glenelg 4-7, leading Port 4-6. And
we've got the game of the day here.
We have. It's 15 minutes in. It's look, they get the ball down to Alloway. He scores, doesn't he? He
not always.
Well, he gets a point or a goal, doesn't he? Eh? So
he is having a great game, and you know you've been a big fan of his for many years in the red and white Guernsey, and
some of those grabs at Prospect Oval that we've seen over the years have been sensational.
And we thought he was lost to footy, but he's come back, and second stage of his career is playing very well today. Is Snook, man who got a lot of the ball last week, over to Bradley, his vice captain, back to Snook. Bit of a wild kick out there, but Alloway's there.
Oh.
Just knocked out of his hands, but Glenelg will be able to butter up this time. Joshua Scott, but that's Newton over the top. Takes a hanger in the goal square. No, we're seeing lots of entertaining footy here today at Glider Ride Stadium. It's Paul Stewart. Umpire's called it back. And
Bruggeman?
Back to Stewart. No, he's play on. Certainly everyone's guarded. He's going to have to come around to this grandstand side. And it's missed kick. It's a great chance for Bailey. Kicks it onto himself. Hooks it around. So can't cook it enough. And that gives Glenelg a 2-point lead now. They're 4-8, 32. Port Adelaide 4-6-30. And would have been a really good goal there if he'd kicked that, because he really did well to get that ball in Bailey.
Okay, kick incoming. And that was from Hitchcock. Long kick, but finds McGinty taking a strong mark outside the 50 arc.
He's going to back himself.
Well, he's a strong kick, McGinty, so it's worth a go. Doesn't quite get onto that. That comes off the side of the foot, and that'll be out of bounds on the full. Not a good effort from there. Could have done better. Alloway might have been looking for something in the goal square to take a big mark. Relieving kick will come from Hitchcock again. So it's 2 points the difference, Glenelg's way. Well into the second quarter. Hitchcock, not got a lot to kick to here. Looking for leads. Has to go long and towards the boundary line. A lot of players up, no mark taken. Handball, though, coming free. There's the running Port players here, streaming out of defence. Over to Mitchell. The running Mitchell will take a bounce. No, he doesn't, but runs his full 15. Kicks it long, looking for Butcher. No mark taken there. Umpire says play on. Cleaning up is Neil Bullen, as he usually does. Just composure. Takes a casual bounce. Kicks the ball. Scott for Glenelg. Crashes through a pack. Tries to get the handball out to a teammate. Cleaning up there for Glenelg is Stretch. Over the ball, the umpire says, I'll come in and throw it up. That's umpire Michael Schramm.
23-minute mark in the third quarter at Blundstone Arena in Tasmania, and the Crows have got a 6-point lead, 9-11 to 8-11.
Mitchell kicks it over the shoulder, looking for Butcher in the square. Oh, ball nearly bounces in his hands, but nicely taken there by Glenelg's tap. Chanced his arm and it came off that time, but a lovely mark taken there by Logan it was. Logan, such a good aerialist for his height. Goes on that left foot, finds his teammate further ahead. Quick play on here. Not taken there by Young. The ball didn't reach him, so Glenelg mop up. String of handballs.
They got players everywhere, including Glenelg.
They're running. It's a strategy of running down this grandstand wing. Alloway's got the ball.
No one.
Got nothing to kick to. Has to go on the left foot and kick it high. Looking for something up forward for Glenelg. Port in front. Bruggeman couldn't take the mark. Over the ball. Glenelg now with the opportunity. Bailey got to get the handball out. Didn't quite do so. This time Glenelg back to Alloway. Long way out. Got a line.
He's got it.
He's got it.
it.
Oh, Oh, he's hit the post just at the last minute.
Wow.
Right. Good footy, though. Good
You're running out of room there, John.
3-4. I am running out of room in the budget with Glenelg. 3 goals, 4. He's kicked.
Wow, what could he kick?
Out of 4-9.
Port Adelaide now bring it on the outer side. That was an exciting passage of play there by Glenelg. And we'll see Kane Mitchell kick the ball long, but it's not found its target. And Glenelg through Pitt are able to go through Jolly. Centres the ball. Ty Allen's there in the hot spot. Spoilt well by
Logan.
Logan, and he's playing very well, like a quarterback, as John said, in this quarter. Big Bruggeman comes through. He's taken gang tackled. They can't get him away. He's gone behind the ball. He took them on.
Yeah. He took 3 of them on.
Nottingham got a poke in the eye in that incident, but he's got to come off. But what a passage of play.
Yeah.
It was like the Cowboys trying to ride the ball at the rodeo. They were all on his back. Dropped the mark, clean that away. Surprising. As Port Adelaide now, they're under pressure here. It's all Glenelg now got the momentum. As Kane Mitchell takes a chest mark, weaves, comes direct down the middle, finds the man in Newton, handball straight away to Bronigan. Back to Newton in the 1-2 play. He's got forwards a bounce, takes on Agnew, got it away though. And this time it's Port Adelaide have got someone all on his own, and this is going to be a goal. Is that Cracker all on his own there? Sandwich between 2 players. It's still a player on his own. He drops the ball. What a wasted opportunity by Port Adelaide. Almost the game stopped. But Bays are playing with a lot more passion at the moment than Port Adelaide. But they can't quite get the ball away. Eamon now. This time he looks smooth as he kicks the ball in. It's going to fade, but there those hands of Butcher.
Yep.
Takes the mark. He should kick this one, and does. And
now the umpire, what's he? Yes, he's called it all clear. Okay. I didn't think Butcher was back on his mark at the time, but the umpire said that's all okay, and that's Butcher's second goal.
Cole Eamon there. What a beautiful bit of play there.
It
the
was.
way he brought the ball down. The Sangrehan Dragons recruit for power. And that's what we like to see, these kids that might make AFL footy next year in their list.
I thought they were a little bit casual in their disposal of the ball earlier, Jim, where they just didn't quite nail the disposal.
They looked like they weren't passionate about doing anything. It was just happening for them, whereas Glenelg stuck it out, and in the end they got the goal.
Yep,
Geez, Butcher's marking's superb. I think he's 7 marks, most of them this quarter.
So the lead back with Port Adelaide this time by 3 points as we're well into time on in the second quarter. This time Port get the clearance from the centre. Summerton turns on the left foot this time, kicks it to the outer flank, looking for a lead out there and a mark taken. Nice mark too. Diving mark.
Leading possession getters for Glenelg, Snook 12, Alloway 12, including 6 marks. And for Port Adelaide, would you believe Newton, 18 possessions?
Yeah, long kick forward and a mark there taken by Shaw. Shaw already has 2 goals to his name, so will be kicking for his third, albeit right in front of the scoreboard pocket at Glenelg. Probably kicking into a little bit of a breeze and kicking from about 40 metres, 45 metres.
Yeah, 8 marks to Butcher.
In less than a half of football. Shaw doesn't want to have a shot and kicks it short and finds Aaron... No, it's not Aaron Young.
It's Eamon, is it? Is it 43? 46. Oh, that's
Sam Gray.
Sam Gray.
Sam Gray it is.
Sam Gray's he's played a lot of AFL this year.
Yes, and kicked some pretty good goals in
the showdown. He took one of the marks of the year.
Yeah.
In the forward pocket at Adelaide Oval.
So
he's got the talent.
He kicks from a much better position than his teammate, but he's dragged that left. So Sam Gray, that's a behind. That takes Port's lead to 4 points. As we're heading towards half time. 5-7 leading Glenelg 4-9.
Pitt now with the ball. Brings it out onto that outer side. There's Port Adelaide all over the place there, and Big Bruggeman takes the mark. Always ready to handball on to a running player. Does so again. They're just showing a little bit more again. This game swings from one side to the other with the momentum. It's Port Adelaide with it all now.
Sam Gray again with the kick forward, centering it, but in defence for Glenelg, strong mark taken. They want to run it out to this grandstand side, but Port have woken up to that now. Port have streamed out here on this grandstand side and covered them. It'll be a 25-metre penalty against John Butcher for encroaching over the mark. And Glenelg through Pitt, playing on straight away, running the ball. This is what they've done well in this quarter. Back to Pitt for the 1-2. Kicks the ball forward, looking for and finding Agnew. Agnew turns on that. Handballs across, looking for Alloway. No, it's Lonergan. Lonergan thought about playing on, but he was off balance, and he'll take a set shot from goal 15 metres out on a slight angle. He should put this in. He should goal this and put Glenelg in front as we go to half-time, Jim.
The former Essendon player who's had a pretty good year this year at Glenelg, his first year here. I believe he wants to stay on as a coach. And this is important. If this was the final siren, it'd be even a more important kick, because he's going to give Glenelg the lead at half-time here. Straight over the umpire's head. And that's a great performance by Glenelg to actually grab the lead back right on the final half-time siren. They lead 5-9, 39. Port scorer hasn't quite put it up, and Port Adelaide 5-7, 37.
Yeah,
very entertaining first half, John.
Jim, both sides kicked a goal in the first quarter. Both sides have kicked 4 goals in the second quarter.
Yep.
Welcome back to Gliderol Stadium. This is 88.2 FM. First half, well, the result in the first half is that Glenelg are 2 points up. As we go into the third quarter, Glenelg were 3 points up at quarter time. They're 2 points up at half time. Jim, how's it looking?
I'll just give you some quick scores from around the grounds. Central District 7-4, North 6-3. It's just after half time. The Eagles 9-2, Westies 3-5. So that's spoiling the party for those two sides. Sturt's 4-5 to South 3-1, and the Crows are 8 points down in Tasmania.
McGinty gets the knock and the first touch of the ball. Couldn't get the handball out, though, over the ball for Glenelg, and getting a free kick for over the shoulder against Port Adelaide's Mitchell. Going forward now for Glenelg. Nice kick forward, looking for Ty Allen, can't complete the mark. Alloway on the ground, picks the ball up, goes on the left foot, kicks to the square, looking for a mark up forward. Oh! Courage it was by Scott, couldn't complete the mark. Ball comes down to Lonergan, Lonergan puts it through. That's a very quick score to begin the quarter for Glenelg, 6-9, leading Port 5-7. That's the start they wanted, straight down the ground.
And interesting enough, his last goal was the 29-minute mark at the actual final siren of the first half. And within 30 seconds of the second quarter, he's kicked another one.
Two goals in a minute.
2 goals within a minute. That's what I was leading to.
Yes. Okay, so that's the start Glenelg were looking for. They've really put up a good performance today. They're not going to get beaten by 152 points, which was the result from their last encounter against Port Adelaide.
We're going to see some great footy from Port if they do, from this point onwards.
Well, so at this time, McGinty again gets the tap out, but Shark there by Port Adelaide. Handball coming through to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left foot, kicking to centre half forward, looking for Bruggeman. Got a push in the back, but it was legal. And nice mark taken there by Tap. Tap plays on, goes to that outer side, looking for McGinty. McGinty can't mark it, but collects the ball nicely. Gets a handball off, looking for Stretch. Stretch, looking for options, goes backwards. Go to Proud. Proud kicks the ball, gets it smothered, and the ball's out of bounds. Half forward flank for Port, outer side.
And Sean Tapp, who just intercepted that mark, is a Queenslander, John, and 7 years of representative football for Queensland before coming down to Glenelg. So he's got some good background in footy.
Had his hands full today at centre half back.
This time it's Port Adelaide now. This time through Newton, good handball there, but players under whiz.
That was Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. Right on the railway there. He's managed 1 point, and Port Adelaide now go to 5-8, trailing 6-9. So it's anyone's game at this stage, top versus bottom. Bronigan's behind Tap on this occasion, and it's a free to him, and it's going to go straight on with Joseph taking advantage of the play-on rule. 2 bounces, 3 bounces, 4 bounces. He's going to run all the way. Can he kick it from the angle? No. the kick didn't belie the other part of his game, and he's hit the behind post of all things. Often happens.
Yep.
He certainly would have been in his career highlights, Will, if he'd kicked that goal, but yeah, he blotched it really badly. But good constructive footy by the Bays there, and Joseph, the ex-Carlton player, looked good coming down this flank. In ruck there, this time it was Glenelg. But Port Adelaide through Newton. Can't miss him with those fluoro boots. As this time it's Bradley, the vice-captain. A stab little kick, looking for his player, but obviously Port defence are able to knock it away, and it's through Somerton. Kick it out onto that outer wing. Mason Shaw wanted the play on, but it's beaten him over the line. And we'll have a throw in right on centre wing on the outer side. It's a 7-point lead to Glenelg.
Okay, centre wing, throw in. Oh, for Glenelg, it's Gill. Got a good tap down there to his running player. Ball coming forward. Oh, strong tackle put by Scott on his Port opponent there, and ball taken over the line. Umpire will throw it in half forward flank for Glenelg outer side. Just a couple of minutes into that third quarter, they're 7 points in front, Glenelg, and playing pretty good footy. Port really need to step on it here. Handball coming out to the Port player. Ducks, weaves, gets another handball across. Port, they just can't get a clearance though. Snook in there for Glenelg, getting a kick forward, looking for someone, Alloway. No mark, but that's Tom Logan playing that loose man in defence. Goes on the left foot, kicks it wide to Daniel Flynn. Daniel Flynn,
Irishman.
we've seen a bit of flair from this guy today, and we've seen a bit more here. A handball over the top, but Snook intercepts nicely. Oh, nice tap forward there by Jolly. No loose player though. Tom Logan will get there first and try and clean up, but he can't. Allen's in there with tough footy. Ball taken to ground.
I'm sure Tom Logan and Allen are very good mates too.
Yep.
Years of playing footy together, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hitchcock, Logan and company have a beer with him tonight to see out his career. But that's a little way away. Is Alloway in ruck this time? Port Adelaide have got the ball though. Snook, underground handball. It's in the goal square. It looks like a free kick to Port Adelaide, and the umpire saw that. And
against Joshua Scott, and that's Tom Logan.
Tom 44, yep, Tom Logan. Pie float of a kick, but it's found the centre of the ground. But McCartney takes the player on with a nice handball over the top. This has given Billy stretch. He's got that pace to bang it in long. Who's there? Scott. Great Scott. Not paid, and it's rushed through for yet another behind.
We thought he might have marked that, but he's dragged it to the ground, and it's just bounced as he's hit the ground. So it's just fallen out of his hands. Would have been a great mark if he had completed that.
Great inside 50 from Billy Stretch though. There, he's certainly got some pace. Speaking of pace, Kane Mitchell is around the ball here at the moment.
Did he touch that before it went out?
No, they're going to throw it in.
Yeah, he must have.
And we'll see the big Alloway in ruck this time. He's obviously giving a cop out for McGinty, and he's in ruck against Harvey, who's played pretty well this game. Port Adelaide through Somerton, always on around the ball. Shaw now with a round centre wing. No one to really kick to, so he's just going to go down the line and hope for the best, but it's Glenelg in front. And it's tap in there. Port Adelaide nose over the ball, and umpire says, I'll have that. That player was Carl Oman, who kicked that wonderful kick earlier in the second quarter. But stretch this time. Port Adelaide in the way. Great blind turn. This Neil Bullen, and Jolly swings around into Alloway, getting a little bit more attention now, but still a chance for Ty Allen under that ball. They're throwing themselves in fearlessly, the Glenelg players. They really want this game, and we're probably going to get a ball up here about the true centre forward position for Glenelg. John.
Michael Schramm, the umpire, comes in, throws it up quickly. Alloway up. Harvey gets the tap down though to his Port Adelaide smaller players. Can't pick the ball up though. A lot of players around it. The umpire says there's a free kick. It's against Glenelg. Might have been a high tackle, and that'll be taken by Kane Mitchell. Mitchell's had a busy third quarter, been running around the ground, trying to create loose man, trying to set this team alight, as he does.
I think he's very close to an AFL game that's really trying to impress today.
Yep.
It's but the way the power played last night, they're certainly in any spots.
Yeah, that time Mason Shaw couldn't complete the mark centre wing, but saw the ball over the boundary line. This time for Glenelg in front. Kick taken there by Agnew from the tap down. Kicks it long forward. Under it was Logan. Couldn't complete the mark. Back to Logan. Does a back turn. Kicks it nicely to the centre of the ground, looking for and finding Archie. Archie plays on quickly, looking for Mitchell. Mitchell needs to the run of the ball here and finds it. Goes short, looking for Butcher and doesn't complete the mark. Butcher
first time
finds his feet, gets the ball out there to Stewart. Stewart centres the ball, and that's a good smart kick to the centre of the ground there. And Port will have a shot at goal here, and that's
Eamon, is it? No, it's Hitchcock.
Hitchcock it is, who's got 1 goal, 1 for the day so far. So Hitchcock will kick from about 40. And not much of an angle, with a bit of a breeze coming in over his shoulder, so the distance is not a problem at all. It's just the accuracy he's needed. Has
spent many years playing on this ground, so he should know where the goals are. Drifts across, 1 point, and that's both sides are kicking in accurately today. That's 5-9. Glenelg's 6-10.
Yep.
So a 7-point lead. Now, straight down the centre. It's in fact going down the outer side. Glenelg players everywhere, but it's Bailey. And great use of handball. There's a real run on here. Billy Stretch, he's classy. On to Aaron Joseph. Almost held holding the ball. Some players said play on. McGinty on to Agnew, and this could be the goal of the day. And it is. Called him for the goal of the day a couple of weeks ago, Agnew. Running down the ground himself, but that was Glenelg at its very best. And even the top side had no chance of touching that ball. It was fantastic play.
There are only 3 kicks in that, because it was such a smart kick in from the full back, where Jim called it down the centre, and I thought the same. But what he did, he just kicked it a little bit towards between centre half forward and the flank, where there was a massive Glenelg players. There were about 7 players around the ball, so the percentage was they were going to get that ground ball anyway. And what they did, they ran in streams down the ground with a string of handballs, and that was just so direct, such good footy. And Nick
Finished
Stevens,
off so well.
Yeah, that's really good football. 7-10, leading Port 5-9.
Well, Nick Stevens wasn't very happy after the game last week when they were beaten soundly by 10 goals, and I think they've come out firing. And I suppose the motivation for Ty Allen, and it's the end of the year, they are playing the better footy, but this time it's Kane Mitchell. That pose of his crouched over the ball into the goals, but only 1 point again.
Both sides been guilty of
missing great opportunities. Yeah.
Kane Mitchell probably should have nailed that from 45, running into goal. Relieving kick.
12 goal 20, the actual score today.
Yeah. Max Proud with the kick. Down the centre wing. Can't take the mark. Scott. Logan playing good quarter, gets a handball out. Ball coming out here and being kicked by Eamon, looking forward, looking for Butcher. Butcher gets one in the back, and that'll be a free kick to Butcher. Umpire's called play on. Umpires, no one knows what's going on here.
No advantage.
Ball coming down to Snook now, following that indecisive sort of football there. Handball from Bradley. Ball coming from Glenelg. Down the centre wing, McGinty can't take the mark. Over to Alloway. Alloway traps it nicely. Got his body over the ball. He's going to take something to shift him. McGinty with a handball out to Allen. Allen with a handball across to Earl. Earl gets caught. Has to do something with it here. Gets a handball off. And this is the player Gill. Gill over to Allen. Ball will go out of bounds.
Gill's the, I suppose you call him the second ruckman to McGinty. Gets a little bit of a shot at ruck, but Alloway's also been doing a little bit. But McGinty's been playing in a key position a couple of times today as well.
But he's needed a rest, Jim. He's done it all on his own for the last half of the year, for the second half of the year. So Earl's not doing a bad job. Ball coming down to Snook. Snook gets down to Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen with a nice, a helicopter kick forward. There's a free kick against the Port defender in Russell, and that'll be taken by Ty Allen for over the shoulder,
must
around
have been holding him,
holding something like that. When the ball was in the air. There was a bit of a wrestle going on. It was hard to call.
right in front of the snout slouts, Ty Allen. I've probably worshipped him for, good part of 14 years at this club. Kicks it over to the central position, but there's a lot of players around there, and Port Adelaide are going to have enough players to get it out of there. They've got about 3 players around the ball now. It's going to come down right back into the centre wing area. Butcher runs at it, but it's fantastically picked up by Newton. 2 bounces. He's been holding the ball. Unaware of his opponent. He's flapping the ground with disgust with himself there. He had Stewart on his left there, and he could have just handballed over and it would have been a gimme goal, but instead he wanted to be a little bit selfish or a little bit not thinking, and this Glenelg side should not be taken lightly today. They are going in hard, John.
Yeah, Bradley takes the mark there on the outer side wing. Look, Gary Hocking can't be happy with this because there's a lack of perception in this team at the moment. They're not talking to each other. There's no awareness, because he should have been told quite clearly he was in trouble by being run down by an opponent, but he just it came
took
as
all day.
Yeah, and Gary Hocking wouldn't be happy with that. I think Port really aren't.
Well, they've got the bye next week to go straight into the second semi-final, and not playing next week's finals is probably a bad thing for them going in with this form.
Yep. Clearing from defence now. Ball coming down to Logan. Breaks. Bounces away from him. Oh, nice blind turn there by Karga for Glenelg. Over to Snook. Snook's looking for something to go to and finds McCarthy. McCarthy streaming forward, looking for Alloway.
Oh, those hands. Vintage Clint Alloway today.
The crowd's telling it all. They're in raptures at the moment, the way Glenelg are playing. They're 2 goals up. Alloway with the ball. True centre half forward, kicking from 50. Wasn't his best position to kick for goal in the first quarter from here. He sprayed a couple, runs in deliberately, really gets booed on ball. Gives that a heck.
Oh.
Alloway's got his 4th.
And great play by Matthew Snook again there, John. He does catch up with his. Now had 21 possessions. He's having another big say in this game.
Yep.
Unobtrusive, but he's just in there in the midfield, getting the ball out all the time. And it's pretty hard to say. We're watching the bottom side, quite clearly the bottom side this season.
Yeah.
Seen him a couple of times lately, and in their best footy is great to watch.
Yeah, look, he's got 4 goals for Clint Alloway. And
should have had 8.
Well, I'd say 6, right? 6 or 7. And he's been the focal point, though, and that was a beautiful kick from outside 50. Ball back in the centre. Schramm bounces it. No clear advantage there. Port over the ball. String of handballs coming away. Logan again on that left foot. It's got lots of possessions this quarter. Nice mark running back by Neil Bullen. Bullen always looking for a teammate in a better position. Handballs across. Snook takes the mark. Another possession. Handball. Neil Bullen back again. This is the running Glenelg that we've come to see. No mark taken. Oh, high tackle there. That'll be a free kick to Stewart for a high tackle against Agnew it is. So Stewart kicks in the centre of the ground.
That's Newton.
Newton it is.
22nd possession.
Turns on that left foot. A long kick forward. Oh, no mark taken there by Bradley, but he'll clean up. Plenty of time to just make amends. Go to the pocket and finding Pitt. No, it's not. It's Stretch. Kick forward from Stretch. And mark there to Port Adelaide, and I reckon that might be Slattery.
It's all North Adelaide in the third quarter. They've kicked 3-3 to Central's nothing. They're now leading 9-6 to 7-4.
Kick forward from Stevenson. Looking for Butcher in attack. Can't take the mark. Ball back. Breaks down. Ball falls to the ground. Cleared by Glenelg. They've been doing this all day, but that's a kick astray. Can't be taken cleanly by the Port player. Glenelg mop up. Oh, Bradley gets hit with a hard tackle. Had to get rid of it and did, but it's gone straight to Port Adelaide, and there's a turnover here to Butcher. Butcher takes the mark. It's got to play on here.
So I'm glad you're on first terms with Bradley Agnew there, John.
Thanks, Jim. I knew I'd get caught out of that at one stage.
I think it's
Bradley Agnew
and Bradley.
And Bradley. So it's Butcher kicking from the pocket.
There we are.
And that doesn't register a score.
How many shots has he had? Because I've lost count how many actually haven't scored.
Well, he's kicked 2, 3, and I reckon he's kicked a couple out on the full.
At least 2,
yeah.
I reckon.
So it's a challenge for the Port Adelaide hierarchy.
The Eagles look like they're going to get their finals. They're 12-2 to West 4-8. So North Adelaide are actually beating Centrals as well. So it looks very much like the Eagles have come good at the right time.
Yeah, well, West Adelaide have been in pretty poor form the second half of the season. Injuries have taken a massive toll on the club, and the depth has been tested. And certainly it was going to be a bridge too far for West Adelaide to...
South are having a good third quarter. They now lead Sturt 8-3 to 5-8. So that'll be great for South Adelaide, who haven't been a finalist for many years. So they're looking to play in the second semi-final, into the qualifying final rather, next weekend.
Ball thrown up. Port's attacking. Bruggeman, nice tap down to his running player in Mitchell, but can't dispose of the ball. Gang tackled, and the umpire says, I'll come in and throw it up again. Approaching time on, and it's 3-goal advantage to Glenelg at this stage. Port have kicked 3 points for the quarter. Again, no clear possession.
It's 34 minutes into the last quarter, and the Crows are 8 points down, so it looks like they're going to lose another close one. And the Suns have hit the front against the Bombers, 1 point up.
Okay, thanks, Jim, for those. This time Glenelg are getting possession of the ball. Kane Mitchell can't take it. Oh, nice duck and weave there by Stretch. Stretch turns on the left foot. Couple of handballs here. Ball coming back to Glenelg. Stretch gets it again from the third handball. Looks, lifts the eyes, looks. Scott takes a mark at between wing and half forward. Long handball over here. Scott, ball coming forward now. Ty Allen not in position to take that mark, but cleaned up. Ball being asked to be sent here by Glenelg. Neil Bullen gets a look away handball across to McIntyre. McIntyre with the kick into the pocket, and that's out on the full.
Yeah, they're coming down this grandstand side, and I guess it's not always easy. They're not centering the ball.
Just a couple of skill errors there that they had to pay the price for there by just not clean possession.
But we're late into the third quarter, and they've got a 3-goal lead, which is, in the event of things, it's going to be hard for Port Adelaide to get back. They're playing too well. They get the next goal.
Kick was looking for Bruggeman, wasn't there to mark it. Ball breaking free, though. This is a chance for Port Adelaide. Archie goes on that left foot, but again, not a good kick. Butcher with a nice handball across. Port Adelaide through Cracker, gets a handball across. This is promising. Archie now looking for a loose man, and this is Shaw. Sure it is. Runs into the open goal and misses. Can you believe it?
He was not too sure there. Gee, Cracker, we haven't called his name too much today, have we?
And he's come straight off too.
Yeah, so...
But Shaw should have... he had opportunity to bounce the ball, run in and make no mistake, but tried to kick it from 25 metres and missed. Glenelg quickly with the relieving kick. Lonergan chasing that ball down to centre wing, traps it in, kicks the ball forward, looking for, but not finding Bailey. The ball will be out of bounds. Glenelg's half-forward line, outer side. Sees them 3 goals? No. 2 goals, 5 in front.
That was Cracker's fourth possession, so
yep.
He can play a lot better than that.
Alloway going up for... No, it's not. It's McGinty this time, and traps the ball nicely, gets a handball out, smothered by Port. A lot of players around the ball. This time it's coming out. Check side kick going forward. No mark taken by the Port defender. Handball coming across. String of handballs. Looking for something further afield. This is Bruggeman. Kick from Port Adelaide, and that'll be out on the full. It wasn't Bruggeman that time. It was Cleary. Cleary.
Similar sort of big-shouldered sort of players. Haircut.
Yeah. Yep. So it's McCarthy to take
Bruggeman's just a little bit bigger.
Yep. I thought he was a bit mobile. McCarthy with that kick forward. Long one forward. Looking for a mark from Scott or Alloway, but in front, no mark. This time it's Agnew from Bradley with a kick forward. And that's rushed through. So it's 3 straight goals now. 8-11 Glenelg leading Port 5-11 into time on third quarter. And
all the best players on the ground at the moment seem to be Glenelg players. They're doing all the attacking. Snook's had 22 touches. Stretch has had 21. How good is Billy Stretch? Yet again has had looks like getting a 30 possession game. As Bradley meets the ball full on. Great play. Tackled but got through it. Just sensational, inspirational play. They're playing for Ty Allen. You can tell there's a real energy about Glenelg that's not there in Port Adelaide today, and it's showing on the scoreboard at the moment. They've broken 3 goals clear.
Yeah, and they need to sit on this lead, because they need to put a few players back here and just protect that lead. I think it's not far from three-quarter time. They don't want a Port goal at this stage of the game. Handball again coming out. McGinty's just doing such good work in the ruck, trying to get it down to Snook and those players around the ball. Umpire says, I'll throw it up again. Just behind centre. Outer side.
Oh,
McGinty
great
again.
Play.
Glenelg streaming forward, long kick. Oh, nice mark taken there by Logan. He's taken a few good marks today, as he usually does. Turns on that left foot, plays on, has a bounce. Long handball across. This is Cleary. Cleary on that left foot.
No, it's Cleary now.
This is Cleary now. Okay.
Yep.
So again...
I thought you were reading the play. This is Cleary about to get it.
So again, we're seeing a skill error from Port Adelaide. So, in fact, that was Henry Slattery that kicked that ball. So
started well. It's been a bit quiet.
Yep. Throw in coming in. Ball punched away. Glenelg over the ball. Couple of handballs here. Sees Neil Bullen with it. Gets one away to Gill. Gill with a left foot kick forward. Oh, nice mark in defence there by Port Adelaide. It's taken by Slattery this time. Plays on immediately. Kicks it out looking for Summerton. Summerton marks. Plays on. Long kick down towards centre wing. Finding Flynn. Flynn, the excitement machine from Ireland. Have a look at him sprinting and bouncing.
The Gaelic footy. Oh, he's a bit of candy.
Dummy. He's gone for another bounce.
Another one.
This is fantastic.
Ah, too much.
Oh, look.
Hey, you're not allowed to tackle in Gaelic footy.
But he's an excitement machine.
He's a development international player, and I think
Butcher
he can
intercept.
play.
Yeah.
He's just got to learn the rules.
Someone had to say, kick it. But Butcher, now with the mark.
It's going to be the goal of the year.
He's got the tumble punt going, and that'll be rushed through. No, it's out of bounds. Again,
where Butcher's kicks usually end up.
Again, no score from the Butcher disposal. So, and there's a bit on behind play here too, between Butcher and Joseph. Throw in.
Okay, we're nearly there on the shadows of three-quarter time. The game is really hotting up here. Port Adelaide realise they're going to lose this if they don't do something. And Earl down to that outer wing, and Lonergan spills the mark. It was a difficult one, and it goes out. Gee whiz, looks like the siren should go any minute now, and it'd be interesting to hear what Nick Stevens does to fire up his players in this last quarter, because this would be the season upset. Round 18, top versus bottom, clearly top, clearly bottom, and are we going to see an upset?
Jim, West beating Port earlier in the year was just 6 or 7 weeks ago. That was probably the upset of the year.
But West were in contention at that stage.
Yeah, they were, true. So this probably would be the boil over of the year if it was to happen. McGinty gets the ball, but Harvey takes it away from him straight away. Ball coming forward. Summerton can't take the mark, but the ball is now out of bounds. Half on the 50-metre arc. Port's attacking side.
I bet you Sturt regret not having as much percentage as they've got, although they're not even winning their game too, so that's not doing them any favours by losing. But they certainly, if they do win, they would finish equal points with Port if Port were to go down today.
Oh, Snook with a good clearance, and Gill trapped the ball beautifully. Got the ball out.
Here we go.
Bradley, it is.
One minute. Too many options.
Looking up and finding. No, but...
Where is the Port defence?
Bailey now on the ball, has a deliberate shot at goal and misses it. And
wow,
again,
wasted opportunity.
Another opportunity missed by Glenelg, just with some disposal errors.
Too much time on their hands there. There was no Port defence there at all, and if they'd been a little bit more calm, they would have certainly got a goal there.
Cleary with a long kick in from fullback. Ball coming down. Port Adelaide through Archie on the left foot. Long kick forward, looking for and finding Cracker. Just come off the bench. Mind you, takes the mark. Handballs across to Mitchell. Mitchell's got a goal from here. He's got a goal list from here. Runs in, kicks it, and he's put it through.
That was fortunate for Port Adelaide because the interchange happened. Therefore, no man was on Cracker, and he's looking at an open forward line. So he did the right thing because Mitchell ran down the spine, and he ran into the open goal. Great comeback for Port Adelaide. They were looking 19 points. Now they're back to 11 and 13. And So all goes well for a very exciting last quarter.
Yep. So Glenelg need to hold their nerve here because they don't want another goal by Port Adelaide. 8-12 to 6-11. Ball back in the centre. McGinty versus Harvey. Been a good duel. Neither got the tap down, but Snook it was. No, it wasn't. It was a Glenelg player. Got a kick out. Jolly can't take the possession. Over the ball for Glenelg as Bailey get tackled high, doesn't get a free kick. The umpire said he ducked his head. Archie gets a check side out of that pack, and it's a good kick. Looking for Bruggeman, and it's three-quarter time here. Oh, a glider roller. Gee. And Bruggeman and Joseph have collided. It's a fair bump, but Joseph's come off second best to that. So at three-quarter time, it's Glenelg 8-12, leading Port 6-11. He gets set for the final quarter at Glyderol Stadium on 88.2 FM. It's Glenelg 8-12, leading Port 6-11, a margin of 13 points. And certainly in the three-quarter time break, the Glenelg camp were pretty enthusiastic, pretty passionate and pretty pumped. And we're expecting a pretty good tussle in this last quarter. The umpire's just waiting for the crowd to leave the arena before they bounce the ball for the commencement of the quarter. So at other grounds, it looks as though the Eagles have stamped their authority on that final position.
They will win that. And also North Adelaide in that third quarter kicked 7-3 to Central 0. So that, I don't know what happened there, but obviously that would just about put the lights out for Centrals, even if the Eagles lost.
And North are relying on the Eagles to lose, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
So interesting. This is probably, we got the game of the day here, as the umpire's going to have to come back for a second ball up, and Glenelg now must keep playing the style of footy they've got them to this position. They can't go too much on the defensive. Lonergan out of the centre. It's been good today. Alloway, who's starred in the first half, rushes that ball down. He's been too much of a handful for the Port Adelaide defence. Too strong, too experienced, and what's he kicked? 4-4, John.
Yeah, 4-4, and I reckon he's got one out of bounds as well. So certainly he's been the star up forward. That time he gets the tap down. No possession. Oh yes, it's a Port possession, and this is Summerton with a handball across. Clearance there from Eamon. It was finds the boundary line on that half-back flank for Port Adelaide. Port need to do something here to find some avenues to goal. When they get there, Butcher's usually there with a mark, but he hasn't converted today, having kicked 2-3 and at least 2 out of bounds. Harvey in front couldn't quite get the tap down.
Joseph in hard again. Gee, it was a great clash at three-quarter time with Joseph and Bruggeman.
It almost looked like he'd done a shoulder or a collarbone or something with the clash with him and Bruggeman right on, or just after the siren. But he's come back fine. Ball swatted away. Glenelg with the possession, getting handballs here. Neil Bullen with the kick, round the corner, looking for someone in that attacking zone, but that'll go out of bounds. Clint Alloway saying, I'll take the throw in here. And there's a scoring opportunity for Glenelg from this movement forward.
Boundary umpire throws it in front of the cricket wicket area. Big Harvey gets a great tap to his forwards, but it's Glenelg getting the ball out into that, almost into the goal square, and it's going to go down once again for another boundary throw. And they're just edging the ball forward. Very important that Port don't let them get a goal, because their tails are up already. They would definitely take some beating if they get a goal from this.
Jim, you have to love Joshua Scott's attack on the ball then. He had 3 opponents then, and he nullified the ball out of bounds. Alloway with the ball, trying to break through, gets the boot on the ball, and
another out of bounds on the full.
He's heading into the Butcher territory, but we can excuse him for that, because he just bullocked his way through 3 players then, and just really spread eagled them, put the ball on the boot, just didn't find the target there.
I would say it'd have to be his best game for Glenelg.
I think he's just about the best player on the ground at the moment.
Yep, even though he hasn't had the same possessions as some of the midfielders, it's just his influence.
Yep. So Port Adelaide this time coming out of defence. Long kick
Archie.
forward, finding Archie near the centre of the ground, just on the wing, grandstand side. Archie. No movement. That's not 15 metres. That can't be a mark. Surely not. It's paid a mark. Stevenson. Again, nothing going. Port just not running at the moment. Stevenson has to go backwards. That time it went 15 metres just.
They're certainly playing man on man, Glenelg, at the moment, and no one's free. Except this time it's Flynn gets a hand on it, and it's Port Adelaide a chance. They must get the next goal. As someone saying, get that bloody ball in the crowd there. They're obviously, the Port supporters are getting very frustrated with the...
they weren't talking to Bailey, were they?
So, but we've got to the centre of the ground, and a few minutes have been wasted by Glenelg, I suppose. The time's on their side, 4 minutes in, and no impression at this stage.
Joseph, well done. Handball coming out for Glenelg, taken by Pitt. Yeah, kick forward, down to the half-forward line. No mark taken there by Jolly. Over the back, Port Adelaide relieving mark, kick forward. Looking for a player out in the wing. This time it's mark taken there by Gray, Sam Gray. Again, Port just playing stop-start football. Gray's got nothing to kick to, goes to a bit of a lead in the pocket, no mark, spoiled by Glenelg. McGinty sees the ball out of bounds. Good defence by Glenelg, had all their opponents covered then, and Port just not free-flowing, not a lot of running and movement.
McGinty and Butcher having a bit of a say to each other, and the umpire's seen it. He's blown the whistle.
It'll be a free to McGinty.
Yep, Butcher, bit of undisciplined play there.
Yep. And really there was contact to the head there by Butcher, and that'll always be a free kick when that happens. So Glenelg capitalising that. Comes to Stretch. Stretch with that kick down towards centre wing. Mark taken by Tap. Tap goes straight on. Proud it is. Takes possession, just dodges around his smaller opponent. Kicks the ball to true centre half forward. No one there. Even the Port players can't take the mark. That's Cleary on that left foot. Goes to the boundary line again. Doesn't hit the teammate on the chest, and the ball runs out of bounds. So it's a bit of sloppy play from both sides here at the moment.
Yeah, just both not settled into any rhythm at the moment, and it's such delicately poised. The top side are 3 goals down against the bottom side. You'd expect something to happen soon if they're going to explode. As Kane Mitchell has been one of their better players today. Pumps the ball into that half-forward line, but the Glenelg defence is just too good. And it's been Pitt all day, but played very well.
McIntyre, that was brilliant play then, and mark taken on centre wing by Glenelg. Looking to find Snook, and that's Bailey. Bailey plays on immediately.
He's been quite useful too.
Again, a skill error in disposal.
Oh,
and another one. So just a bit of sloppy play. Bailey tries to make amends for his mistake. Comes in, gets the ball out. Oh, Joseph. What a last quarter he's playing. Ball kick forward, looking for Alloway. No mark taken up forward. Alloway getting a handball out. This is
Scott.
Scott, it is over the shoulder.
Oh, he's got it
through. It's the sort of play you come to expect from Joshua Scott. Sometimes his footy's not pretty, but he's effective up forward, and he really puts in hard, Scott. You've got to like him as a footballer.
He certainly has been recruited as a goal kicker. That's his reputation in the TAC Cup. Coached by Nick Stevens, he knew what he was getting into with bringing this guy over, because that was a fantastic goal, John.
Yeah.
And he knows where the goals are.
Yep.
And gee, they've got some breathing space now. Hold on to your breaths, Glenelg supporters. I think we might be watching the football upset of season 2014. Took to round 18, but this will be one to treasure, if especially for Ty Allen. Haven't seen much of Ty lately. I don't know whether he's having a rest. He's certainly not in front of us, but wouldn't blame if he did. As Port Adelaide go in, and this time Butcher takes him out in the goal square, swings around, and he's kicked to himself. And my God, he's got to work on his kicking, because he was 3 metres out, and he ended up kicking the ball 5 metres out. Have you had anything like as comical as that before, John?
So Logan's kicked the ball, and it's Archie taking a mark. I'm going to call this. Eamon streamed into attack with a brilliant piece of play, looked for and found Butcher. Butcher marked it, turned to play on, and just brought rain with a kick that went straight up and down, and he nearly marked his own kick in the goal square. A comedy of errors there, and, look.
He's got to learn more about kicking if he's going to make it in the big league. great mark. Got good ball control, everything, talent. But that summed up his day.
Snook with a handball out from Gill. Glenelg cleaning up Snook again on the left foot. This is a dangerous kick across goal. Tap. Oh, got the mark. Tap.
He's played really well today.
He has. Centres the ball. Finds his teammate there in Karga, who's played a very useful game as well. Karga goes out to that wing. Finds McCarthy. McCarthy kicks long to the half forward to the running Bailey. Bailey's got to cover this one. Gathers it. Centres the ball back, goes backwards that time, but Glenelg, nothing lost there. Ty Allen can't complete the mark, gets over the ball. Glenelg through Jolly it was, handball backwards. Long kick forward. Bailey can't mark it. Outmarked there that time by Stewart for Port Adelaide. So the relieving kick taken by Paul Stewart. Finds Harvey, true centre-half back position for Port Adelaide. Harvey, again, kicking short, looking for the running Hitchcock. Hitchcock it is. This time goes long, out to that half-forward line.
Good
nice mark there by Summerton under pressure from McIntyre. Summerton doesn't waste any time, plays on, kicks the ball out on the full. Disposal error again, Port Adelaide.
Even Summerton, who's normally a beautiful kick.
Is it Glenelg's pressure?
25th kick?
Yep.
I don't know, but it's just unusual to see Summerton dispose the ball that way.
Billy Stretch it is with a long kick down the boundary line. Over the back, nice mark taken there by Harvey it is. Played a pretty useful game in the ruck today, Harvey. Takes his time. Long kick up again on that boundary line. McCarthy in front for Glenelg. Punches the ball away. Taken there by McIntyre. McIntyre inboard.
Ty Allen.
Can't mark it, Ty Allen. Ball coming over the back. They'll clean up. They'll mop up Port Adelaide. They'll have a loose player. Turns, ducks, weaves. That's a good play by Stewart. Stewart centres the ball, but it's gone astray to Earl. Earl with a handball across again. Another mistake. This time, Port Adelaide, again, there's no clearance. This time for Glenelg, it's Bradley. Bradley lines up from 45
Could be the match winner.
It's touched on the line.
Okay, the official crowd today is 2,416. John?
Okay.
Watching a memorable game. Certainly Port Adelaide now have to work because we've played quite a bit of this quarter and, in fact, 10 minutes, and they've brought the scores, got further away. As you said, they might run away with it. Kane Mitchell never stops trying. Dashing player. Slow. He needs to get it on. He goes out wide here, and he's found his man in Eamon. It's Archie who takes it in front of him. They need the next goal, Port Adelaide, to stay in this game as Butcher's under the ball and his teammate nearly marked it. The umpire's paid it.
He's paid a free or a mark? I'm not sure of that
one. Well, if he was about to mark it, now I think he got a push in the back at the same time. This one's Eamon, and he's a neat kick, as he proved earlier in the game, from this angle.
Some of his clearance work today has been pretty good, Eamon.
Yep, yeah, he's got a bit of an AFL future in front of him. 20 points the difference. Do they need this goal? It's not an easy one. He's on an angle, but it's a beautiful kick again, but it's faded and gone right across goal. In fact, not even a point again. How many missed shots there have been today?
A deceptive breeze just coming over their shoulder in that pocket there, and as Jim called it, it looked online, but now that's Bruggeman. Good mark by Bruggeman. Kicks it quickly, looking for someone in attack, but man in front, Stretch, punched away from him. He'll get a free for contact with the arms whilst going for a mark. Stretch has played a very good game again today on that half-back line, cleaning up very efficiently in defence.
He looks good. Yep. Plays like his dad. Stephen Stretch is just a good ball user as well. And in fact, if Glenelg get the next goal, I would say it's game over at this stage. 20 points at the 12-minute mark, you would say that Port wouldn't be able to come back. So they need this goal, and it's going to be out of bounds yet again. And that it's almost like a Bermuda triangle over there, where it's just going out of bounds all the time.
Bruggeman making some useful contributions too, taking a couple of good marks this quarter. Ball coming backwards. McCarthy takes it, goes across goal for Glenelg, and that's proud. He's got a loose man here in Bradley, who will take the mark. Bradley will play on straight away. Kicks forward. Joseph, who's really found something in this last quarter from that knock at three-quarter time. I've really liked the way he's approached his footy today, Joseph.
A lot of AFL experience.
Yep. Long kick forward, looking for the youngster.
Ooh.
Gill nearly took the mark, took a hit to the body too. Ball coming clear. Earl for Glenelg will be over this. Got to get a handball out to Snook. Snook's going on that right foot. It's gone right off across the other side of the ground. Not sure what he was looking for there. Ball breaking clear. Oh, poor player tackle to the ground.
Great tackle.
Daniel Flynn's had a bit of a dirty day on that halfback line for Port Adelaide.
And a 25-metre.
He's been caught holding the ball about 3 times
and
today.
Very undisciplined to give the 25-metre away.
Yep.
Give a certain, it's Jolly, I think, having a certain shot for goal. Certainly he'll get the distance. It's just a matter of accuracy. And if he gets this will seal the deal. Coming in now, Glenelg supporters are going to be very excited if it goes through. We'll hear the response. That's it. And that, I'm afraid, for Port Adelaide might be game, set and match, John. I can't see them getting back from here.
I think it's going to be very difficult for them. So that's Jolly's first goal, and a good kick it was indeed. So
the ex-Gold Coast son. And
so 10-13 Glenelg, leading Port 6-11. So Port really need to kick the next 5 goals.
And you'd have to say the Nords, the South are rubbing their hands together, thinking, you know, this side is very beatable in the finals if this is how they're playing today.
Yep.
And they're at full strength, nearly. 18 AFL listed players today, and Glenelg are just too good for them. Once again, Port Adelaide are having their last possible attempt. Time's going to run out for him, though, as Bradley, he's played well all day too. But here's an easy goal coming up, and that's Eamon, who's very accurate with his kicks. Gave them some slight hope. It's still only 20 points, I know, but I would say Glenelg shouldn't lose it from here. 14 minutes in.
Eamon's played a good last quarter here. As I said, some of his clearance work has been pretty good, and he's running the game out. Looks very fit, and certainly
a skillful player.
Yep. So back in the centre.
Snook's the leading possession getter again with 29 possessions. Had 36 last week, John. You'd have to be in line for one of the best players on the ground as well. He's just never stops working, does he?
Yep. Harvey it is, gets the tap down. Newton, handball across, finds that man Eamon again, goes on the left foot, looking for someone up forward with an opportunity. No, the Port mopping up, looking for something, just nothing to kick to at the moment.
That's Harvey.
That was Harvey. Ball coming down to Mitchell. Mitchell over the shoulder. That would have been a good snap, but he's just snapped a point. And Jim, was that a chance?
Chance to actually stay in the game. Yeah, they would have been. It's certainly now 19 points. Glenelg get a goal here, though. There's Joshua Scott again. Long kick. It's a one-on-one here. Porter in front, but at least Lonergan made something of it, made it a contest.
Ty Allen's got to do some hard work here, and he's done it. He's kept the ball in the area.
Oh, that's a high tackle.
Bailey's tackled high. Joshua Scott picks up the ball on his left foot. He's got another one. He's got another one. That's his third.
He's doing what Gilby did last week down at the Ponderosa, John. He's having a big influence.
So Scott with 1 in the second quarter and 2 in the final quarter for his third goal. And, I just keep saying I love the way this guy plays his footy.
He doesn't ask any questions, does he? He just goes in and gets the ball, and he's got skill to go with his tenacity.
Yeah, and that wiry frame, he can take a hit too. He just recovers all the time.
He's fiery too.
Yep. So ball back in the centre again, and that's the goal Glenelg really needed to steady. It puts it back to 25 points. So, Port, again, they need quick goals here.
Ty Allen was in the band there too, so it'd be interesting if he can kick one more goal in his career to sort of seal the deal, as McGlindy straight into the hands of Pitt there in the midfield, getting an armchair ride with McGinty at the moment. Here they go again. It's Big Galloway, going to barge through, but Port Adelaide defence too strong. Cleary kicks out wide, and he's found Cracker by the looks of things in the back pocket. And it's not his day today. They haven't...
Logan.
It's Logan.
Yep.
So it is Logan. He has been okay. I've not seen Cracker hardly at all. A guy that's been in pretty good form up till today. But here it is again, Kane Mitchell streaming forward as Butcher drops the mark this time. Handball's on. He's a long way from goal this time. And
Max Proud tackled hard there to the ground by his Port Adelaide opponent, and the umpire says, I'll come in and bounce.
18 minutes in, and there's just not enough time for Port Adelaide to get up now. I think we're going to see a historic win, and the Glenelg boys will celebrate hard. It's the end of their season, Mad Monday this week, so they'll have plenty to celebrate. A pretty poor year, but a great way to end it. As Neil Bullen kicks the ball forward. Never call his name a lot, don't we, John? He's certainly been a superstar in the making, this kid. As
Butcher's in the ruck. Butcher's in the ruck this time. Got the tap down nicely, but Glenelg, no talking there, but a nice mark taken eventually. Play on quickly.
Proud, I think.
Yep. Ball coming down. Looking
McCarthy.
for a loose player here.
Joseph
it is. Covers the ball.
Oh, well done.
Can't break the tackle. Gets a long handball looking for Alloway up forward. Again, Ty Allen doing some hard work in and under.
Hit the umpire.
Port Adelaide, got a bit of a rough bounce there. That's back to Neil Bullen. Neil Bullen lifts the eyes. Can't find a teammate with the kick. Ball breaking free. That's Joshua Scott, the man of the moment. Gets a free tackle. He's got a free.
Could go up for his 4th goal here, John.
No, it's free to Port.
I thought he called it high. He's the one in front. I don't know where that came from, but anyway.
So it's Tom Logan with the clearing kick.
Not their worst player.
And this is the excitement machine.
Here he goes again.
He's taken them on. He's going to have another go. This is what we like to see. Keep going, son. That's fantastic footy. This time he kicks it, and it's not a bad one, to an open space. This will be a contest, but first will be Neil Bullen at to it. Goes to that outer wing to the lead. Finds... that's
Pitt.
Nice mark there by Pitt.
Been one of the best.
Back into the centre of the ground by Pitt and finding Karga. Karga going inboard again. Further inboard. This time Stretch will take a handball and run down. Short kick by Stretch. Finds McCarthy. McCarthy wants to find someone with
shocker.
this kick, but blows it. And that's Cleary will clean up for Port Adelaide. Cleary has to take a dangerous kick to the centre of the ground here and finds Archie. Archie, again, not much run from his team. Sorry, it's Archie who'll take the mark now.
Yeah.
Right. Standing the mark will be Ethan Gill, who's really put in a pretty lion-hearted effort off the bench today, Jim.
Yeah, it's coming on as a bit of a pinch hitter in ruck.
Not a lot of stats, but he's worked hard, given support. No mark taken, centre wing right in front of us here.
Billy Stretch.
Billy Stretch crunch to the ground. Bailey gets tackled by Mitchell.
That's Agnew.
Mitchell.
The other redhead.
It is.
Understandable. They are both play around the same height, same position. As we go into the closing stage of this game, Glenelg have got this one as surprisingly, Snook, one of the best on the ground. On to Pitt, another one. It's an inside-out kick to centre the ball. Very clever there as Big Bruggeman takes them on. Port Adelaide haven't given up as Hitchcock says, come for me, players.
Stevenson it was kicking forward.
But it's Glenelg. They're breaking down across half forward here as Gill handballs on. Can they get just one more? Time's running out for Port Adelaide. It's Hitchcock again. And he's going to just kick it straight into the defender's arms.
Stretch.
And Stretch again, who's going back for his 28th possession.
Gee.
Amazing for his 17-year-old.
And guess who he kicked it to?
Neil Bullen.
Yep. They're waxing. They're so impressive.
I'll go to say they're probably the best two kids playing SANFL footy this year, what I've seen of them. They're certainly... considering they're in the bottom side,
I don't dispute that at all. I think we've seen them in the second half of the season, and they've just been exceptional. Yeah. And unfortunately for Nick Stevens, he's probably not going to keep him for.
No, well, they're both stars in the under-18s championship with South Australia won as well. So it's all sells good for it says SA footy. We can produce kids that good. In they go again. Here's the Stretch again. One bounce. He looks $1 million when he carries that ball. Onto Glenelg, who's got an open forward line. There's not a soul ahead of the between him and the goals. So he's going to wind up and kick into that hot spot. Joshua Scott's there. McCartney, what's he doing in the forward line? Handball's out. But they're getting very excited, these Glenelg players. They all want to kick a goal because the game's done and dusted. But this is cream time for them now. They want to really enjoy this. I think they like beating Port Adelaide at the best of times, but to beat them when they're at bottom and Port at top, amazing performance. Kane Mitchell, floater. It's gone way out to that wing, and it looked like a bit of interference, but Joseph mops up and kicks it down the line to Jolly.
Jolly's kick going to centre half forward. Alloway at the back, can't take the mark. Snook was in front as well. Ball coming to ground. Allen's coming on for the last few minutes of the game. We're well into time on with Glenelg 25 points up. They know they've got to win here, and Ty Allen's going to be on the ground for this victory.
And he's going to run down that goal square, I reckon, and try and snap a goal.
Great gesture there.
His body looks tired. He probably wasn't fit to play today, to be honest, was he? He was just it was a token effort by the club.
Oh, his role today was hold that ball in and under and just keep the ball in.
He's admitted though his body's gone. So to come on and play one more game, great credit to him.
Yep.
But
and a great credit to the club and the coach too for.
Well, they've won the game, so it was a great selection move.
That's right.
I think the inspiration of having him out there had a lot to do with it.
Yep. Now Kane Mitchell's coming off with the blood rule. And Glenelg are taking that opportunity to run an interchange as well. And that was McIntyre coming off for Glenelg. For Port Adelaide, Eamon's coming on, who's played a good last quarter. So the ball's with Glenelg, having a shot at goal from 50 metres out.
That's Jolly again, isn't it?
Yes, I think it is.
Can he?
Kicking into the sun. Long kick, and I think he's got that.
Another one. 2 goals to Jolly to end the game.
Yep.
There may be time for one more.
Yep.
Hopefully it's Ty Allen.
Yep.
But this is the upset of the season, 2014. Mark my words. Nobody expected this.
Jim, at the start of the season, we looked at the Glenelg list and some of the recruits that Nick Stevens had got. And we all thought Glenelg were
he being one of them.
Yeah, we're going to have a good season, but it's just not transpired for them. But look, if this was halfway through the season, you'd say Glenelg are right in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they've got confidence. And I know he read the right act to them last weekend after their 10-goal loss, and I think they've responded very well.
I think it augurs well for next year for Glenelg.
Yeah, well, they won't have those 2 kids. That's the only thing. But certainly McGinty and Joseph and these sort of players, Pitt, they're all good players. They're going to build a good side on. Look, that Port aren't even out there as... It's Agnew this time. There's going to be some very happy supporters in a couple of minutes' time because their season may end, but they've got plenty to look forward to for 2015 based on this performance.
And Glenelg have kicked 4 goals, 1 to Port's 1 goal, 1 this quarter. So they've really outscored.
And you did call it, John. They said they will go on with it.
Yep.
And they have. Lonigan into the mid areas. Glenelg, who started the game on fire.
Have a shot.
He needs a bag.
Yep.
And this could be it. He's had 4 goal 4.
4 and 1 out of bounds. So
and this would be nice to finish off with a bag of 5 and really put some cream on this cake that's already got a lot of candles on it, celebrating a great career and a great performance today. Knock off the minor premiers.
It's
got a lot of height. It's straight through. The crowd are clapping it through. We're seeing history here at the Bay. 5 goals to Glenelg.
Is he the leading goal scorer now?
Yes, he needed 6. He needs 1 more to be the leading goal kicker for the year. Just a small little stat there that I don't think he cares less. He's kicked 4 points. He had his chances. And there'll be a lot of celebration down here at Glenelg tonight. They've not just won. They've absolutely thrashed Port Adelaide. 6 goal 1.
Yeah, 37 points, Jim. And they've just run away with this. And as I say, we've seen Glenelg the last 4 or 5 weeks a few times. And other than their last quarter against Centrals last week, which was a disaster, I think they've really shown something on the ground, and I think they're definitely heading in the right direction.
Yeah, we haven't seen them win like this though. Even when look at Snook. Wow, that's fantastic footy. As his low kick goes in there. Oh, Lonigan, can he get another goal? Yeah, no.
2 goals, 1 to Lonigan today. He's played a very good game. made the most of his opportunities up forward too. Been an opportunist around.
Snook's 32nd possession there. That was fantastic play from the midfield again. As this time, it's never stopped trying, Kane Mitchell. Probably, arguably, Port's best today.
One of them, certainly full of running, always running. Kick by Mitchell up to centre wing. Nice mark. No, not taken there. Glenelg cleaning up. Mitchell back there, gets his own kick back. Another kick for him. Looking for Butcher and finding him. Butcher, again, with those strong hands in front of the body. Plays on immediately. Kicks it high. Looking up there for Harvey. Harvey marks. Takes a strong mark in front of Pitt on that occasion.
So if Butcher's not lining up the goals, he kicks okay. That wasn't a bad kick.
It was a very good kick forward. And Harvey, one grabbed it. Will shoot for goal. 15, 20 metres out.
Elementary at this stage. Now, they've got some soul-searching to do if they're going to be playing in the second semi-final, and whoever they play know that they'll be coming to the game with a very poor performance behind them. But that, however, on the siren was a goal, and that ends the season for Glenelg and ends a career for Ty Allen as his teammates get around him and thank him for his contribution, not only today but for 14 years at this club. I think he'd be crying a few tears because he's been a great clubman. There they are. They've won the game, but it's all about Ty Allen at the moment, John.
It is, and it's a 32-point win to Glenelg. Port with that last goal on the siren. That's a fantastic effort by the Glenelg Football Club today. No one tipped them to win this game. And whether Port just had the foot off the accelerator pedal for the whole game, who knows, but Glenelg wanted to win right from the start. They're lining up on the boundary line here. They're queuing up to see Ty Allen and wish him well. Port Adelaide too, to their credit, really congregating around Ty Allen, wishing him the best too for what's been a fantastic career for the Glenelg Football Club. So good scenes here at Glenelg Oval. We'll run through the goal kickers at this stage. So it's Glenelg 13-14, defeated Port 8-12. That's a 32-point margin. For Glenelg, Alloway with 5, Scott with 3, Jolly with 2, Lonergan with 2, and a single to Agnew. For Port Adelaide, there are 8 goals. It's 2 to Butcher, 2 to Shaw, and singles to Amon, Mitchell, and Hitchcock. So, Jim, there was